Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your mid to end April reading. And I just want to say, if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been subscribed, thank you for sticking around. I'm so happy to be back on here and doing readings for everyone. You can look forward to seeing me on here every month. What I want to talk about right now, Sagittarius, is even though we could talk for hours and hours about a lot, I know the past few months have been absolutely insane and nuts, and if we're being quite honest, maybe the past couple of years. But now that the nodes have moved out of Gemini, Sagittarius, and we're into Taurus, Scorpio, things are just getting super real, okay? We can consider the 2.5 year, I guess the year and a half that our sign, that we were in the South Node and Gemini was in the North Node, and there was very much like a teacher-student dynamic there. Basically, now is the time. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I'm just laughing because there's no way I can sum up. I know what you're feeling right now. I know what has happened. I know what you're going through. And no, it's not funny, but as a Sagittarius and myself, we're able to find humor where it isn't always, and that's a blessing, because when you start taking things too seriously, when a Sagittarius starts taking things too seriously, it gets violence, even if it's not physically violent. And you know, it's so much in our nature to enjoy ourselves and have fun and create things, and just, we're really, you know, that's what we're good at, and we usually nail it, you know? And I think for the past couple of years, that really hasn't been the case. I know a lot of us have had babies or are expecting babies, and if that is you or that applies to you, congratulations. Life has just changed a lot, and, you know, I wish I could say that it's you know, coming to a more peaceful, harmonious place. And yes, of course, it can. It's just the effort that it's taking from us is a new level now. And, you know, I really hope that you were able to harness a lot of that 1 and 11 energy, especially this past new moon in Aries on the 1st. You know, these portals of energy and these solar waves and just everything has been so strong, and it's really just getting stronger. And I'm here to shine some light on this, basically this upcoming eclipse in Taurus. And your next reading, the next time you hear from me, Sagittarius, on here will probably be it'll be for May, but we're gonna speak more about that Scorpio lunar eclipse. So, okay, getting into now. So now until the 30th. Happy Taurus season, by the way. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. So we're gonna like flash through these because that's a lot. In order for things to be balanced out right now, you know, all that Aries energy really cut through a lot of fog and confusion and gave us that spark that we needed to continue on, you know, to make those connections that Sagittarius needs to make in order to feel whole within themselves. And you know, some of us may have gotten promotions, or maybe some of us are getting married. It's sort of been, it's been a confusing ride. It's been a confusing ride, whether this is work or family related. Your money's looking good, but I low-key think that you have some like money trauma. I think you have some money trauma, and that's nothing to worry too much about, because it is going to be so, let me slow down. Oh my goodness. I think for Sagittarius, we're finally learning how to value ourselves regardless of the money we're bringing in, regardless of the amount of giving we do for others, for our company, for anything, any outer relationships, right? This following year is going to be a lot about internal health. Okay, how clean is your mental home? How clean is your physical home? Okay, like I know, you know, you can't be this free mystical creature when you're tied down with mental clutter or physical clutter. Sagittarius very much craves structure, even though we want to be so free. We are a lot of paradoxes. Is that how you say it? Paradoxes? And not to sound hypocritical, but there's definitely just characteristics that are being highlighted right now that have either served us really well for a long time, or they served us short term, and now we're learning, like, you know, why things have been going down the way they do. It almost seems like we're manifesting sometimes the opposite of what it is that we want. I think there's a lot of power behind Sagittarius energy, because we can be really cool and collected and still simmer at this just steady, slow burn. So as far as longevity goes, you know, we're very durable. We're able to endure a lot. But that's the thing is, you know, we don't have to. We don't have to endure the things that we are. Some things do require endurance. Reaching your goals, you know, running a race. Many positive things require endurance, and I think Sagittarius is learning the endurance of things like an open wound, okay? And I know I use physical wounds as a metaphor so often, just because they require attention. You know, we don't really get a Band-Aid for our mind when our mind is damaged in some way, or our emotions are damaged in some way, in the same way for so long. And you think back to, you know, where did I get this? Why is it like that? And you realize, well, it's always been like that. And you can start to sort of turn on yourself, and it's terribly sad to watch. It's terribly sad to watch any fire sign be so earth sign like. But this need for balance, Sagittarius, that's your card right there. This need for balance is absolutely what's going to get you to a high, safe place where you belong, not at the bottom, in the dark, lost and confused, okay? And you notice this Wheel of Fortune card is in reverse. I think this is something we've sort of spun out into And what we're doing right now as Taurus season's starting up until this eclipse and through the eclipse, you know, we're going to be easily triggered. It's going to be easy to trigger us because we are minding our business right now. We are focused to the best of our capacity. This imbalance of give and take. You know, this is very much you filling your own cup right here, Sagittarius. And this is what it's like, you know, yeah, you have the horse and the cup and the energy and the vibes, but like, do you really? Because like it seems like it's not replenished. It's not being replenished. It's not being balanced with anything. And you know, if you give until you can't give anymore, then the quality of your giving is obviously gonna be shit. And then I just have the feeling, yeah, that's the cycle. That's the cycle. Whatever this is, there's some cycle. You are doing something about it. You're over the past. You're over the past. You're ready for this Taurus season. You're ready for springtime to happen. You're ready for things to bloom and things to balance out. Do we not have the scales right here and the 6 of coins? Things are looking really good. And so basically, you know, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not that kind of reader. I read energetically, and we discuss what's going on now, where we need to focus moving forward. And, you know, the rest, I mean, 99% of this reading is you. I mean, you know, 100% of this reading is you, because, you know, you may listen to all of this and just be like, you know, she's a crazy bitch. I'm not listening to her. And that's, you're totally like, you're free to do that. That's the freedom of being a human. You can do that. It's when we don't know where we're going, or we know we're going in a direction that's taking us back to the same old shit, and we're just like over it. And I don't think this is really even an option for a lot of us, because I don't think a lot of us are giving ourselves this option. So I don't want to be too hard on you and saying, oh, you know, like you're stuck in your ways, because that's not the case. I think this is genuine, just realizing what it is that you've been packing, like bringing to the table, what you've been offering. And you've been giving it away so much, like giving it back to yourself, getting a taste of like, oh yeah, like this is why I love myself. This is why I love my life. This is why, you know, I move the way I move. This is why I can't be doing that anymore, you know. I can't just be recklessly giving, and I would never say that Sagittarius is like martyring themselves, but you know, it sort of gets to that. Like, how many times do you need to go through the same cycle to learn the same lessons? You do it until you learn. You do it until you learn. And I think once you get a taste of what it is that you've been giving so freely, or someone's been like sucking from you, or like the work situation's been crossing boundaries, you know, just inappropriate things. I think this taste of love that you're giving yourself is really, really going to replenish you. Okay, this is one of the most favorable Swords cards is the Four of Swords. I'm sorry if the lighting's off. I'm my camera is like at face level and I'm looking at it at an angle. So this is the most positive, I would say the most positive card of the Swords suit. The Four of Swords. Underneath, obviously, we have the 9, if you've recognized this traditional Rider-Waite. And I think it's really one or the other. I think you've sort of been teetering back and forth between this, and this is just a recurring residual type of energy that anytime you let something go, you'll have a little bit of this, but you don't get here when you're properly protecting your energy and taking care of your self. So when I talk about taking care of yourself, that's having routines, even if it's 5-minute routines for when you wake up and for when you go to sleep. Okay, 10 minutes out of the day, if that's something new to you. I know a lot of Sagittarius that would take plenty of time, I think a lot of us do crave that structure, like I was saying in the beginning. And that structure's revealing itself, what it is specifically that we need. And, I'll get more into that into the extended. And if you are interested in a personal reading, I can go into way more detail there. You can email me at JaylinGelato, and for now you can message me basically on any platform. I will never solicit a reading to you, so in case of anything false were to pop up, then you would know. All of my links are going to be listed below. And yeah, I think that's a good summary for the rest of going into May. Okay, we're in Taurus season. Aries is over. Going from now through the eclipse, you're really going to want to find time to rest, replenish, and if people try to stress you about this, then they're not, it's because they're used to you not doing this, being yourself, taking care of yourself first, and then taking care of everybody else, 10 times better than what they thought they were getting. But we'll save that for after the eclipse. Okay, let's get into the extended. I'll put the links below, and thank you, Sagittarius, for watching. I love you, and I'll see you soon.